Hello and welcome back to yet another YouTube video here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the XM1R edition. It has Kale 8.0 switches, which is different and not generally stock compared to something like what the G Pro Wireless uses in Omron 50 and 20Ms, depending on the different mouse. Like the Model O uses Omron 20, and they're more of a stock switch, while the Kale switches are absolutely more of a premium switch. You could tell it by the click itself and just the overall feel. That's something that you can't quite get in a mouse review video, but if you try it for yourself, you can totally feel the difference in the switch. It's a thicker, it's more, it's just a more quality feel for sure, no question about it. So here, I'll put my mouse up to the microphone here and have a little clicking test. So it may be a little difficult to hear, but I'll put up the Omron or the G Pro Wireless to hear a bit of a difference. So as you can tell, the clicks in the XM1R here are much thicker and like I said, definitely more of a quality click. And that's pretty much the one word I would use to describe the XM1R is quality. This thing is built like an absolute tank at 70 grams. So a bit on the heavier-ish end for what we're used to now compared to something like the Hottie S, which with the mouse grips that I use, got this paracorded as well from WS Paracords. It's really good actually. First paracord from them. But from a small mouse with the grips, this is I think 56 grams with the grips, 54 without. And yes, you can tell a difference, but it's also a larger mouse too. So that's maybe the only downfall is that it is 70 grams and it has a wire. To me, I'm totally fine with my mice having a wire, being wireless, and something like the Model O or the G Pro Wireless is great, but I would take quality and a wire over wireless any day of the week. This mouse, the side buttons are honestly in a nice place. Whenever I first started using this mouse, I wasn't too fond of them, honestly. Just the way I grip. I'm kind of like a relaxed claw sort of grip. And I don't know. They felt weird at first, but once I got used to it, in literally an hour of using the mouse, maybe less than that, I was doing some Valorant deathmatch and playing a couple other games, Fortnite as well, even because that's a really good game that you can kind of stress test your mouse, I guess. And it was totally fine, worked really well, and while it may not be the mouse for me specifically, I think this is the best mouse that I own, and I think it is the best mouse that potentially has been made. Um, Quality issues, there's absolutely none. Pre or post travel, nothing. And I'm pretty critical about that for sure. With my Hottie S, there is definitely some pre and post travel. Not as much on the side buttons. The scroll wheel's a little creaky, and you can hear a definite shake. I think my entire desk just shook there. But there's none of that on this. It's a tank, absolute tank. And to be honest with you, I don't think you'll even need to get this paracorded either. I think that the cord is really solid. If you want to get it paracorded, by all means, go for it. But I don't even want to take this thing apart because it's so well built. If I unscrew it and rescrew it back together, I don't know if it'll stay with its pure quality that it already has. I'm not taking any risks. It's literally perfect for me. Um, Now, looking at the size, I was so surprised with this. I thought it was going to be a lot bigger of a mouse, and it's not a small mouse by any means. Looking up to the Hottie S, it is definitely a smaller mouse. But I put it in like a medium kind of size because it's so low to the actual mouse pad. Um, and unlike pretty much any other mouse, like I feel like I'd have to like grip like out here, but to get as low on a G Pro wireless. But obviously, the mouse does it ends. This goes down so low, which is really a cool feature that it makes me feel like I'm almost it's like a second extension to my hand. It's really easy to grip. I guess honestly, this works really comfortably to palm grip. I don't palm grip, so I can't really say I'm too experienced with that. But I mean, it's really good. Um, Something that like I was very surprised with was like the quality of this Model O wireless, which on the original Model O models they weren't the best, but even like something like this, it just still doesn't compete with the XM1's quality. Um, like I said, yeah, pretty much to sum it up, this is probably the best mouse I own, and I own probably about 25 top of the line ish mice. I don't own the super light, so that might be better to be determined. But man, it's really good. If you're looking for uh, a decently priced mouse, I picked this up for about $62 after tax and shipping. I think from Newegg, which is a really good price. Um, with with a cable that won't need to be paracorded, it's actually a little bit raised as well, so it's not going to cause any sort of drag, and no mods needed. Even the mouse feet, totally fine. If you want to upgrade to something like core pads, totally understand. That makes sense. But you really don't need to, especially using a really good mouse pad. I'm using the Odin Infinity XL, which is similar to like an Artisan high-end, however the hell you say that. uh, I mean, quality mouse pad, quality mouse, quality feet. You're not going to need to do anything. Thanks for tuning in.